recording and lower down my phone and share my screen. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, all good.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so welcome everybody to the Global Blockchain, Cryptocurrency and Trading Meetup community. Tonight's hosted by myself and DC. We are recording and the recording will be made available on YouTube later on. We do have a Telegram group. I think most of you here are in the Telegram group, but if you're not in the Telegram group, if you can drop your Telegram name or number into the chat and David will add you to the Telegram group. Also then at the end of the meetup, if you've come through the meetups group, you will be asked for a meetup feedback. If you could leave some feedback on that because it helps the meetup group get a little bit more visibility. And then finally, this is not financial advice. So.
Hello.
How you doing, Don? In our meeting this evening, we ask everybody to be aware of others, to be friendly and patient, to be welcoming and respectful, be open to all questions and viewpoints, be understanding of differences, and be kind and considerate to others. So that's just our code of conduct. Some upcoming meetings that we have scheduled on the 23rd of April. So that's next Friday. We have Cat Trading are going to come on and have a talk to us. Now, I think Eric is here with us this evening and most of us know Eric. He's in our Telegram group and he has dropped a link to his Discord channel to Cat Trading into the Telegram group. So I'll get him to drop a link to it again this evening after the actual meetup. But they're going to come on, they're going to have a chat to us next week. Hopefully give us some really good trading tips. And they're also going to introduce us to their platform and to what they're doing. Now, I've had a quick look, but I'm not a trader myself. So David's going to do a little bit of investigation during the week as well. He's going to actually try it out because I know that the team on Cat are offering free access to everybody here onto their beta and into their community and stuff like that. So you'll definitely have to check in next week to find out more about that one.
For sure.
Then the week after that is a bank holiday. So we're going to skip the week after that. So following on from that, we are going to come back and we're going to have another general chat. And then the week after that, we are going to have another presentation and it is going to be Web3 for content creators. And I will be presenting that one myself. So for tonight, we are going to finish off on our NFT minting contest. And we're also going to continue with the discussion that we started last time on DeFi and a discussion that we've been having on DeFi over our Telegram group as well. So I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, so first of all, has anybody else minted and not filled out the spreadsheet?
So my story, I had all the plans. I have the thing to upload, but to be honest, last 3 days of my life went crazy and I didn't have any time to do nothing. And as a good Portuguese that I am, I leave everything to the last minute. And that was the problem. So I was trying to watch a video in the last 15 minutes how to upload an NFT, but was not possible.
Okay, Harley, welcome. You made it in.
Finally, sorry guys. Couldn't get
I
it.
am with Silva as well. Like his last 3 days were maniac. My last whole week was maniac. So
So
I
you
couldn't
didn't
get a
do it
chance as well.
either. Harley, did you enter your NFT to the spreadsheet?
I didn't, not to the spreadsheet, but I can just put it. Can I send it to you guys through
No,
the
no.
chat? Oh no, I'm serious. Oh no.
I'll let you fill
way.
out the spreadsheet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a
Okay.
link
Okay,
to the spreadsheet.
I can do that.
Okay, hold on till I grab a link, copy link. And I will drop that into the chat. And Don's still not in the Telegram group. Okay, Don, we'll get that sorted. Okay, there's a link to that spreadsheet. If you fill in the spreadsheet, there is, looks like it's only going to be yourself and Simon. So we're going to be voting for a first and for a second place later on this evening. Okay, so Harley,
Okay,
you've got a
cool.
bit of time to fill that in.
Okay.
And later on this evening, we're going to be voting for a first and a second place. Now, there is 80 USD stablecoin up for grabs because 20 of it has already been awarded to Simon for being the only entry last time.
I
Okay.
watched the video from last week, so well done, Simon, as well, for getting that in. Good on you.
Harley, I couldn't remember your
though.
name last week. Sorry about that. You watched
Oh,
the video, you probably
Don't be
seen.
silly. Don't be silly. Grand.
Okay, so if you just send me a quick message in the chat when you have that filled in,
Sure.
and then I'll create a poll here in the background and I will share them. Everybody, when the spreadsheet's complete, can go in and have a look at what's being done. There should be the links in the spreadsheet, exclude mine, because obviously I can't enter my own contest. And I'm going to put a poll up here in Zoom then later on, and we can vote on what we think. Okay. So on that note now, we are going to return to our conversation on decentralized finance that we were having last week, and a conversation that came up in Telegram. I have been using a farm and I've been finding it quite good and really, really, really easy to use. And I thought I would just show you all around it this evening, tell you about my experience, show you how it's used, because I find once you've used one and you've seen how one works, you can kind of see how they all kind of work. So for those that don't know, does anybody want to jump in and explain what yield farming is?
I'll jump in at once.
Go on, David, you spoke first.
No, I actually don't know a hell of a lot about it personally, so I'm not going to pretend I do.
Okay, does anybody else, can anybody else explain what it is?
I could send a link. I mean, my understanding of the yield farming is the staking the liquidity tokens you get when you've provided liquidity into a liquidity pool. So if you're doing, for example, Binance coin against BUSD, you'd stake that, you get a liquidity token for it, and you can use that liquidity token to then put it into a pool to get additional tokens, as well as the yield you get off of the original pairing.
And sorry, can I ask? I understand there is some risk on the process, and how exactly is the risk and how it works, how we can prevent or how we can minimize the risk of being farming. I think it's one of the things that made me step back every time that I see farming, because someone told me that farming is a full-time job, that you need to be always all the time looking for the liquidity in order not to be caught on the process. Can you give me feedback about your experience, please?
I mean, to give you,
I can jump in on that one, Simon.
Yeah.
So I can. Yeah, so there is some element of risk, okay? First of all, it depends what it is that you're actually farming, what the yield is. So whatever particular blockchain or contract you're farming with is going to give you back a particular coin. So in the case that I'm going to show you, the coin that I'm earning is called Cub, okay? And Cub is the native token of this particular DeFi system that they have. And that's what I earn. Now, the risk on earning Cub is that, let's say they're giving you 100% return. Your 100% is paid in Cub, but that's based on the price. So if the price suddenly drops, that 100% could all of a sudden go to 1%. But if the price suddenly increases, your 100% could substantially increase. So that's one side of the risk, okay? The other side of the risk is when you introduce money to these liquidity pools. So with the liquidity pools, and the first type of liquidity pool was kind of really on Uniswap. Now, there was some centralized ones on Binance, but the decentralized ones, the first one was kind of Uniswap. And what Uniswap is, it's an automated market maker, okay? So there's no middleman, there's no exchange. You go in and you place an order, you've got no buy limits, you've got no sell limits, you just have to buy at the price that you're given. And there's no middleman involved. The whole contract works out based on what's in the pool, the value of the actual coin. So the pool works in a pair. You would deposit, let's say, BUSD against Bitcoin. So if the price of Bitcoin, when you actually put these in, you put them in at a ratio. So for every 1 Bitcoin you put in, you have to have the equivalent in US dollar, Binance US dollar, or whichever one I said. You have to have the equivalent, okay? And these will always stay equivalent. And that's where the problem can be. So if the price of Bitcoin goes up, okay, the amount of Bitcoin that you have will actually go down, and the amount of US dollar that you have will go up. So it always stays in the exact same ratio. And that's where big problems can happen. So you're kind of betting on whether one is going to go up and whether one is going to go down. So I remember when I looked at it before and I said to myself, do you know what, the best time to actually add Bitcoin to a liquidity pool is when the price of it is actually dropping, because you've locked it in on a particular value, but the ratio is going to change. So that's my understanding of it. I don't know if I explained that very
I think
well.
you made a very good explanation. It's a little bit more clear to me. And how do you manage that risk? What's your actions during the day that you avoid that you come in
Okay,
and
so
lost from that?
I'm not a $1 million trader. Okay, so a 1%, 2% slide on something to me isn't as substantial as a 1%, 2% slide on these big farmers. They're going to be putting all of their money into these and are going to keep switching
But the
around.
risk is just 1-2%, or because
Well,
I heard
it
that you
could
can
be a
lose
lot
everything.
more. It could be a lot more, but it's the same risk as holding any other coin that you have. The price of it's going to go up and it's going to go down. My mindset on it at the moment is we're in a bull market. Everything's going to go up. I'm just going to hold everything that I have and not worry about the risk until later on.
I agree with that. So we just need to anticipate that the exit time that we need to jump off the things.
The other thing you get with it, part of the liquidity pool that you provide to you get a share of the fees depending on how much of a percentage you've got in it. So sometimes that'll offset the impermanent loss you get with that balancing.
Okay. I remember the other day I was trying to move some tokens out of my wallet, Ether wallet, and because the fees were so expensive, I tried to swap, because they have now an option there to swap. And I remember that I had that option there, but I left to the other day to do the transaction. In fact, the fees were really competitive, but for any reason I left to the another day. When I come back on the another day, there was no any more liquidity to do the swap. So I was 1 week waiting for liquidity, and then I give up and I just transfer the tokens through normal ETH network, and I paid that amazing fees that you know.
Simon said there a second ago that sometimes you earn the fees on the pool. So sometimes you do and sometimes you don't, and you have to be really careful on this. If you add directly to a pool and you don't, then, because these smart contracts, you have to do a few different things. So if you add liquidity to the pool, you then have to make a second transaction of authorizing the farming app to access your liquidity pool tokens, and then they churn out their coin, whatever it is that they're farming. And in that particular case, you don't actually earn the liquidity pool token or the interest on the liquidity pool itself. You farm instead the other token, if that makes sense.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. So, well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll actually share my screen again, and I'll bring up the one that I have been using. and we can talk through the process. I think I have some stuff there to farm anyway on it. So we can talk through the process. Share my screen.
I think there is now a project to create like a kind of tutorial on the farming process. Is called Donkey. I don't know if any of you heard about that.
Yeah, like there probably is, but each token, each farming app that's out there, they all kind of have their own documentation. They all have their own YouTube channels. It's just a matter of going and looking for them and finding them.
Yeah, definitely.
So they are actually all already there. And it's all good and well, me demonstrating this one to you. When you go to a different one, it's going to have a slightly different user interface. And, if you were to make a tutorial on this one, you're very much promoting this one as well. So you kind of have to be careful with this stuff. So this one is cubdefi.com and it's Cub Finance. Now they're really, really new, okay? And I found out about them because they are part of a different blockchain and they have other projects that they've been working on as well that I have been involved in the past that have done very, very well. So I got a few airdrops of these because I have some of their other coins. And with the airdrops, I said, well, sure, why not? I'll hop in and I'll see what's going on with them. So this is basically their homepage and some stats. So they've got 20 million locked in across all farms and pools. They have a market cap of 6 million and they have a buy and burn thing going on that I'll explain to you as we go through things. Now, this website here is very much a fork of PancakeSwap. Okay, so you're going to find everything on this is really, really similar. And if you can use this, you're going to be able to use PancakeSwap. So the options in here, we have an exchange and we have liquidity. So I'll go back to them in a couple of minutes. We have the farms and we have the dens. So the farms is where you put in the dual tokens, the pairs of tokens. So the pairs of tokens that they have here is Cub. So it's their own token against Binance US dollar, Cub against BNB, Leo against BNB. There's Bitcoin, ETH, US dollar Tether, which is given out a good 125%, which is really good for a stable coin. And then if anybody's got into Steam Monsters, not Steam Monsters, what are they called? We had a grow down that game, Splinterland. The Splinterland coin is on this as well. You can actually stake the Splinterland coin in here as well at 200%. Okay, so you basically can come along in here and stake any of these in dual coins. So that means you have to have both.
Sorry, Paula, what means exactly APR? So that 249%, let's say, what that means
so
exactly?
what do the APR and what do these 50Xs and that mean on these? Okay, so the APR is your annual return, your annual percentage return.
325?
Okay? Yeah, they're ridiculously high. It's
where I sign up.
Okay, so you're earning, if you can click into these and it gives you a time frame on per $100 worth of Cub, how much you would actually be earning. Okay, so it gives you a breakdown in here of it. Okay, now these no fees, some of these have entry fees and some of them don't. The entry fee is used for the buy and burn of the Cub token itself. And the ones that don't have an entry fee are basically the Cub token themselves. So they don't do a buy and burn on their own. These multipliers, these 50X, these 34X, 12X, these are all already built into the APR, okay? So basically what happens is new Cub tokens are minted. And a portion of the pool is split out between all these different pools that have been set up. And in order for the contract to work, a multiplier has to be added. So the multiplier for this particular pool in order to get the 325% is 50X. So that's all that really means. What you need to know is it's already built into the APR, okay? The APR is very much dependent on the price of Cub because you're earning Cub. So it's very much dependent on the price of Cub. So that is the farms, and the farms work the same across any of the Uniswap apps and any of the Binance Chain apps. Now, in addition to farms, there's also dens, and I like dens because in Dens, you only have to lodge or stake one token. You don't have to stake 2 tokens. So this impairment loss that you might be worried about is gone. There is no impairment loss because there is only 1 token. Okay, now obviously because there's only 1 token, you're not going to earn the same sort of interest returns, okay? So on Bitcoin, you've got 31%, ETH is 58%, DOT is 89%, okay? So what's coming next is going to be something called Kingdoms. Okay, now Kingdoms aren't ready yet. They're due to launch next week. And when they are launching next week, this deposit fee, they're going to have 24-hour grace where there's going to be absolutely no deposit fee. So if anybody does want to get involved in this, I would say wait, because that 2% it's 2% of your own tokens. So
And where we buy initial that cube is in a external exchange, and then you move there. Uniswap.
Pancake swap.
Pancake. Okay.
Yeah, on the Binance Smart Chain.
But that we should buy maybe the tokens before that release happens, because maybe after there will be a really increase on the price, no?
Yes, yes. So the price is down here. It has been bouncing between 340 and 370. Today it went up to 4. So it's not, it doesn't seem to be, it seems to be fairly stable, to be honest with you. But when they launch Kingdoms and they launch the Leo Bridge, I'm expecting there to be some growth. So I'll explain what Kingdoms and Leo Bridge is as well, okay? So Kingdoms are going to be like these dens where you only have to stake 1 coin, okay? And they're going to use this coin, and it's going to be based on the Yearn Finance aggregation tool. It's going to be some sort of fork of that. So it's going to go out and it's going to find the best interest rates for you. And the money that it earns on them, because it'll earn interest on them, it's going to use to buy whatever token you stake. So if you stake DOT, they're going to earn Ether on it, okay? So if you stake DOT, whatever Ether they earn on it, they're going to buy DOT and they're going to pay you, okay? And at the same time, you'll also be farming CUB at these particular rates. So that's what Kingdoms are going to be. Now, it's also an automated aggregator, which means that it'll automatically go out and find the places that have the best rates. And it'll also automatically compound for you. So you don't have to go in every day and you don't have to harvest every day. Okay. So next we have Leo Bridge, and Leo Bridge isn't ready yet either. Yeah, no, that's coming soon. So Leo Bridge is going to be a bridge between the Ether blockchain and the Binance Smart Chain. So you'll be very quickly able to take any of your Ether coins and bring them over. And CUB Finance have found some way of having pools for everything. And it doesn't matter what coin you bring over. If it's an ERC20 coin, you're going to be able to use it on the Binance Smart Chain too. So that is basically everything they have. We'll go back up now to exchange and liquidity. But first, I'm actually going to log in. So we'll see. I'm sure most people know how to use MetaMask. So MetaMask, if you can attach MetaMask to the Binance Smart Chain, and very quickly switch over to the Binance Smart Chain. And if I unlock my wallet, I'll just do a refresh.
Paula, sorry, real quick. Today, does CUB Finance do a lending facility?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, but there is a roadmap, and I'm nearly sure I've seen it in the roadmap. Okay, now what I just showed you is there about logging in. Before I go any further, I'm actually going to jump to their documents page, okay, because they're really well documented. There's some really good tutorials here. And if you go down here to tutorials, you'll have how to download and set up MetaMask, how to connect MetaMask to the Binance Smart Chain, and just how to basically transact on the Binance Smart Chain.
Maybe a very silly question on that part. If you connect your MetaMask to Finance, whatever tokens that will be there will be.
No, you're using the MetaMask software, and you're connecting to a completely different chain.
Okay, so
now you do end
I
up
was
with
a little bit afraid to to connect. Sometimes I had opportunities to go in on anything, and
I
because there
was
were
afraid too.
yeah.
Okay.
Makes
and
sense. So makes sense.
I followed these tutorials here, and if I could follow these tutorials here, anybody can follow them. Okay. Yeah.
An expert following instructions, saying that is easy for everyone. Very
I'm
good.
not an
Paula.
expert on all of
You
this.
are brilliant in Excel. So
I wish I was. I wish. Well, there is some good tutorials there. So just go into the documents and you'll find out how to get MetaMask, how to turn it into a Binance Smart Chain mask. So this is me logged in. I have harvested $150 worth of cub in the last couple of days that I haven't harvested yet. Okay. So just to go through some of them to show you that this, I'm genuine here. Okay. So these are liquidity pool tokens. This could be US BD. These are the amount of liquidity pool tokens that I have staked. So I had to go and I had to stake CUB and USD in a liquidity pool. That then returned me with tokens, which I then had to stake in here. And then they just start earning. So I have the CUB and the BUSB, and I have the CUB and the BNB. And then in the dens, I have my dot in the dens as well, which does quite well. Yeah, I have my dot there in the dens as well. So all I have to do, and all I do is come in here and select harvest all three. And this gives me MetaMask. So it's really, really cheap on the Binance Smart Chain, everybody. This is about 30 cents. It's not even 30 cents. Like that's about 8 cents at the moment. So it's costing me 8 cents, but I've got 3 different ones I have to harvest. So I'm going to have to pay that 3 times. Now that would be the same as any of the harvesting things on the ETH blockchain, but every time you go to harvest, it's going to cost you about $60. So there's no point in harvesting $7 worth of coins on the ETH blockchain because it's going to cost you too.
well, just a call. Some people are complaining on the chat that is a little bit advanced, the jargon that we are using. I don't know if you.
I think we've got a handful. I think we've got 4 or 5 people that are underwater. So I think before we proceed, we probably break out. And,
okay, do you want to take them into a breakout room?
Yeah, no problem. I go through just some basic
Hold on,
stuff.
I'll just stop sharing for a second.
Sorry to interrupt you, Paula.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did.
Relevant.
I couldn't see the chat, so I couldn't while I was presenting. So how do we do our breakout rooms?
Yeah, I was private messaging you there. I had a feeling you couldn't see.
Yeah, they weren't coming up. Let participants choose a room. Okay, add a room. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to create a breakout room. So anybody that's struggling, anybody that's new, if you'd like to hop into that room with David, and David will go through some more beginner stuff, which is you can ask your questions, get a little bit more comfortable with each other, and everything should work out okay there. So we just add a room. Whoops. Leave this room. It's fine. Okay, can people see that on their screen?
Not yet. Not getting it yet.
No, nothing yet.
Okay, hold on for a second.
Breakout rooms. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody wants to go into the room with David, select your name here and you will be moved into the breakout room, and then David will join you. Jeff, you can if you want to, it doesn't really matter which room you go into, it's your choice.
Whatever is beneficial for the group. I'm here to help and learn at the same time.
Whichever you think would be more beneficial for you, to be honest.
I'll give it a shot. Let's see what happens. See you soon, Paula.
Okay, see you soon. Okay, Callie, can you hop in there with them?
Yep.
And I think that's set to close in 30 minutes, yeah? Okay. How do I close this? Ooh, okay, so who am I left with?
I just
Who's
have a
joining
blank
me?
box when I open breakout rooms. It just says in progress, but there's no way of joining it.
Okay, hold on a second. I might be able to send you in. Let me try figure this one out. Oh, I found, okay, I can throw you in there now, okay?
Cheers.
Should be gone in there now, Alan, no? Yeah. Anybody else need me to throw them in there? No? Okay. Okay, so we go back to, thank you for stopping me and letting me know, by the way. We go back
Well,
to,
I think it's benefic for everyone that if someone is lost, maybe the person will leave because he thinks that it's too much advanced. So I think it was a benefit to
oh, big
let
time,
them.
big
So-
time. And I had discussed it earlier with David, and we had planned that if things got too much, that I would be interrupted and we would do a breakout room. But I couldn't see the chat when I was presenting.
I have the same problem. I started lecturing 2 days ago in the college, and for me, the chat of Zoom is awful. You cannot distinguish between everyone and private. It's really difficult to access when you are sharing screens, and it's really bad. This part of the chat on this tool.
It is, but sure, look, we'll just get on with it. It's all we can do. Like, Teams is worse.
I think they are getting better. Ultimately, they are. You know that Microsoft have that thing that they update the things often, and they are catching up really fast than the other ones.
Yeah, I think they have Teams MVP awards now as well. So they do. Yeah. No, I've never been a Teams fan, even though I have to use Teams to.
I think
discuss.
was worst some time ago. I think they are doing really good improvements.
Maybe I should give them another go. Maybe. Well, look, what we'll do is we'll hop back in here now, and the cub that I have just harvested, just to demonstrate this whole liquidity pool thing and stuff, what I'll do is I'll actually sell some of it into a stable coin, and then I'll just reharvest. So I need to have 50-50 to sell it into a stable coin. So I'll hop into the exchange. Now, this exchange is very, very like Pancake Swap. It's also extremely like Uniswap as well, okay? But I think this is a little bit more user-friendly than Uniswap. So I want to select the Cub token, and I'm going to sell just, let's say, 20 of them, and you can swap them for absolutely anything. So I need some, what did I need? No, Binance BUSD. I need some of this. Okay, so this is going to go ahead now in a second, sometime. It should give me an exchange rate. There we go. Okay, so it's gone off and it's searched through all of the pools and it's checked to see what's the best price it can give me. So it gives me the best price. We then have this price impact down here. Now, this price impact can actually be quite important if you're buying a token with low liquidity. So you've heard us in the meetup before saying, oh, some tokens, you buy them and they move straight away by 5 or 6%. The price impact on both Uniswap, Pancake Swap, all of these type of exchanges is shown down here. So you can see the impact you're having on the price of the pool. Okay, now you also have in here the settings for slippage. Now, not so much important on the Binance chain, but if you're using the ETH blockchain, this is really, really important. Okay, now some smart contracts are written in a way that if you don't have your slippage up at 1.5%, your transaction will never, ever go through. It just won't. You'll just keep having failed transactions and you'll pay the cost in the ETH. So keep an eye if your transactions are failing on the ETH blockchain at what your slippage tolerance is. And if it's not getting through at 0.5% or 1.5%, put it up to 1.25%. Now, the slippage tolerance is based on this estimate. So at the moment, it's estimating how many I can get. But when I place the order, that could slip by whatever percentage I have, either side. So it's saying the minimum I would receive is 72 BNB. I'll just hit swap, confirm swap. This then reaches into my MetaMask for me to sign the transaction. Again, that's cost me about 40 cents, which is nothing. That transaction is submitted. And we should see an update in a second. So as soon as it updates, I can add some liquidity and then we can go and we can add it to the actual pool. And I was about to say this is usually really, really fast. There we go. So it's swapped. Now you can swap anything. If there's any coin there on the Binance Smart Chain, I could swap that cub for any of them coins, even if it isn't a direct pair. Because what these exchanges do is they'll go to a different pool and they'll go through 3 or 4 different pools and they'll make the swap for you, which is really, really good. But if there isn't a direct pool, well, then it can be quite expensive. So what I'll do now is I will add some liquidity, but I'm going to go back in through the farm. So I make sure I add it to the right pool. So I want to add, this is what I bought. So I want to add some more of this. So I'm going to, this brings me into the liquidity pool. So if I were to add $50 worth of BNB, no BSB, $75, that will add my 20 cub. Why is it saying insufficient? Ah, because I've said 75.
If you click on max, it'll, yeah.
It'll do max, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so then I just supply this. Now, by supplying this, all I'm doing is buying liquidity pool tokens. I'm adding my money to a liquidity pool. Okay. There's a transaction fee for this. Again, it's very small. So there is quite a lot of transactions. And if you're doing this on Uniswap, it's just for that amount for, you know, $100, it's actually not worth staking. So now I have added that, I can go back to my farm. And in my farm, I can increase by my maximum amount, confirm. And it's just rinse, repeat, recycle. Now, in fairness, I haven't been just rinsing, repeating and recycling. I have actually been selling some of my cub, not all of it, but I've started to sell it there the last couple of weeks because, yeah, I've been earning a little bit of it and trying to take profits, and that's it.
Well,
That's literally
in your
it.
opinion, what is the let's say the minimal amount that you should invest in order to have benefits from being there? So you told that maybe €100 or $100 is not big amount, let's say.
No, well, you see, when you're looking at percentages, when you're looking at APRs and percentages, the more you put in, the more you're going to get back. That's the way percentages work. Okay, so
let's say a percentage of the portfolio. You have a portfolio, so we should put how many 1%, 2%, 3% of our portfolio in this risk. I think
so
it's fair, though.
my intention,
Yeah.
okay, but I'm finding it very hard to stick to my intention, right? My intention is to be taking profits and putting them into stable coin and then throwing them into a farm like this.
Yeah. Okay, that's another point. Another point is we have a portfolio, let's say €1,000 or €10,000, $10,000, and we use 3% of 2% or whatever that we decided go to this kind of farms is a low risk. 3% of a 10,000 portfolio is almost nothing, but there is a benefit of growing up.
There is a benefit, and you know it's hedging your risk. This is a definite hedge. Like, I'm not a trader. You all know I'm not a trader. To me, these sorts of situations are much easier to manage. You can always just log in, see what the price is, do all your different things. And it's totally stress-free until I'm ready to need the money for something else.
Okay.
Whereas when you're trading, you have to watch it all the time. So it depends on how much risk you want to take with your portfolio.
I've been learning a lot of trading on my free time, and I think I developed already some basic skills that allow me to not too stressful. So basically, you hit your target. Now it's time of Bitcoin, Ethereum. So you find the other coins that will be impacted because you will not invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum now. You invested already weeks ago, not now. You will look for coins similar, the second tier of the bill, let's say Link. It's really easy. You just go to CoinGecko and you see the coins that have not run on the last 7 days. So, and then you see the coins that you're going to target, and then you do the basic lines on the chart. I'm talking really basic stuff. You find the support lines and the resistance lines. They are really easy to find. And then if you have the pro version of TradingView, you can set an alert. Okay, if this breaks this line, send me an alert on my email or on my phone or whatever. That's if you have the
you should enjoy the presentation next week then. That's going to be done next week, all on trading.
I will love because I'm still learning.
Yeah, you will love. And I think, Archie, you would like it too. You like it as well, because I know you've built trading bots too, yeah? We were talking about that before. Is he shadowing us, is he? Yeah. Simon, you were sharing.
Like I am listening to everybody's talk. Like I will be up for, this particular trading models as well. It will be interesting.
It will. I mean, I am going to go, even though I'm not a trader. There's obviously stuff to learn, and I get what you're saying, Marco. It is easy enough to find the supports, to find the resistances, to set your fib levels, to set your notifications, but you also have to have the time as well.
No, I think I realized if you can try to take everything, and then you'll be all the day looking charts. But if you look on charts on the 1 day or even in 8 hours, you will be much more comfortable. You don't need to be watching all the day. So since you find a trend in something, then you find a definition, you'll be comfortable, because then you set your alerts and you can be doing whatever. You don't need to be looking every time to that point that will receive an alert, and then you're going to decide. It's not an entry point. It's just you're going to go back there and going to reassess the charts, and then you're going to decide what you do. I realize that I become much less stressful since I start to discover that simple things that make a lot of sense. Because before I was trying to get in everything, basically I was looking, oh my God, this is going up, let me see. Now I don't do that anymore. I try to find the market. The flow of the market is first runs the Bitcoin in Ethereum, then you have the high caps coins, then you have the mid cap coins, and then you have the low cap coins. So basically now I'm looking in all cap coins like Neo, that ones that Neo have not run, and they going to deploy or deployed already the version 3. So that there is a big chances for, in fact they are up 25% on the last days. Link is the same. Comparing with the other ones, Litecoin, I don't see much on the fundamentals of the coin, but they have not run yet, comparing with the other coins. So we see an opportunity to enter. You just read the charts, you make your levels, and then you set up the alerts and you wait then to receive. So if you're doing this way, you don't need to be all the day looking the charts. You just start waiting for exactly moments. And I don't want to
buy and hold.
It's another option. It's another option.
And it works well. It works well.
Yeah, it works well, but I like this part of the. It's not daily trading. It's not swing trading, because you just are waiting for an exact moment. Then you set up your fibs. You are happy if you go to that zone. You take some profit out, and then you do that way. I think since I started learning that kind of things, you avoid me to put in coins really early. So I was waiting coins to grow up, to go up for weeks, maybe a month, and I was losing.
Spot trading, Marco, or are you using leverage on it?
No, I'm not brave like that. I don't put the leverage.
Yeah, the only reason I was asking was obviously if you go up to bigger leverage, that's where you've got to really big chance of being wrecked. But for some of them, if you're just doing, I don't know, anything under 5 times leverage, especially if you're looking at some of the bigger cap coins, the risk is obviously a lot less.
Yeah, I'm not confident yet with the leverage. I think we need to grow up.
You threw in a long during the week, did you, Simon? Marco, I think.
Yeah, that's Marco.
Your mic has gone funny, Marco. It's buzzing. It's just buzzing down to us.
But I think nowadays, like many of the hedge funds and big investment banks, they are putting a lot of focus on the trading models on, for cryptocurrency trades. Like recently, BNY Mellon, Bank of New York Mellon, that's being, like taking care of a big trading and quantitative analyst team. I think in London as well, in Dublin, in New York as well, in order to put their like portfolio. Yeah.
Leroy Coe just was assigned to the guy that was on Deloitte, and then he jumped to another company, Consensus.
Oh. We had to mute you again, Marco. Your mic.
I don't know. Something that is. I don't know. Let me try.
John, go ahead there.
You said that next week they're gonna launch the Kingdom and
Kingdoms, yes.
Yeah, and you said that for a period of time they're going to forgo the fees. Do you know any more details, like what time that will be and for how long?
No, and I also know from previously that they won't give much notice either. Now I follow their blog, so you're in the Telegram group, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I'll make sure as soon as the blog post comes out, because I follow their blog anyway. So as soon as their blog post comes out, I will drop a link into the Telegram group and you'll all be aware of it. But if you do want to buy Cub in advance, you'll have to go to PancakeSwap. And PancakeSwap is exactly, Cub Finance has been a fork of PancakeSwap. So they look very much the same.
Why do you like Cub more than PancakeSwap?
Why do I like Cub more than PancakeSwap? Not that I have had a preference. It was the fact that I got airdropped Cub. Now I'm also quite familiar with the team. The team are around 3 years. They've built another project that's really, really successful. And because of the background with the team and the other project that they've built is actually already cross-bridged with the decentralized blockchain one, but it's on a completely different blockchain. So I know they already have the capabilities to cross-bridge, which is huge, which to me is fairly huge. And yeah, just because I know the team, I don't know anything about the team or anything on PancakeSwap.
Okay, cool.
So I turn off all my other apps that were creating notifications. I think it was a problem with the sound, the weird sound.
No problem. Just back on the decentralized finance and what I showed. Does anybody have any questions, or has anybody else tried it and got similar experiences? Simon?
Yeah, my question was just about the dots staking on there, because that 80% APR seems really high, because I think the best I found was Kraken, which was about 12%. So I'd come back to what John was saying. I think, yeah, definitely worth a look. But you can just literally just stake dot on that.
Threw in my dot, okay, and I only threw in a little bit of my dot at the start, because I've got stung on these pools before where the contract, not the blockchain, the contract has got hacked and the funds have been drained from pools. Okay, and I'm really, really wary of these things because of that. So these have had that circuit audit done, and as soon as the circuit audit was done, I threw in the rest of my dot. So I have my dot on Binance anyway, so it didn't cost me anything to move it onto the Binance Smart Chain. So I just moved it on, and then you're not adding it to a liquidity pool. You're literally staking it directly, so there's no impairment.
I was just thinking with that, because with Kraken, that would send it out. I guess I'd send it to Binance, and then use Binance, because that'll automatically do the bridge over to the Binance Smart Chain, wouldn't it?
Binance Smart Chain.
I don't use I do use MetaMask, but for my BSC stuff, I'll use Trust Wallet,
Okay.
which is the Binance kind of
There is
approved
an
wallet.
option to sign into Cub with Trust Wallet at the start.
Yeah.
I just
The
happened to
Wallet
use.
Connect, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, my main experience of it is using Pancake Swap. So a lot of the stuff that you've done, it's almost identical to Pancake Swap. And I think Belt.fi was the other one. But
And
yeah.
have you done any Uniswap stuff?
Yeah, I did Ample Fourth. I did. Yeah, it was quite a while ago though. I did an Ample Fourth one. I can't remember what I paired it with.
It's very
I think it was
similar
Reef.
though.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was lucky enough to do that, and then get I did it a while ago, and then got the Uni airdrop. It was quite nice. Nice one.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't on Uniswap early. So you were on Uniswap even before me then, because I wasn't on it early enough to get that.
Yeah.
I think we need to share that that information. We start to share that information early. Even I'm not saying that
nobody knew about that.
Yeah, but now now on, I think we come across sometimes with some projects that even we share, we discuss it. It's up to anyone to get in or not, you know. But I think sometimes some people are more focused on different things than the other ones, and it's useful to create that discussion. And I think I've been dominating the Telegram group over the last time. I'm very sorry about that, but when I see that, if I see something that I think is interesting for the group, I post it there, you know.
Don, you have your hand up there.
Yeah, just to recap what I've learned so far. So if we get MetaMask, put whatever we have onto MetaMask, and if we want to use one of the farms, there's one that's like Cub paired with BUSD. Do we need to have half Cub and half BUSD?
It'd be equivalent in dollar value. So if you're putting in a tenner in US dollars stable, you have to put in a tenner's worth of Cub, which would be 3 Cub. It's nearly, yeah, which would be just 3 Cub.
Oh, okay.
So equivalent amount. Now, just to correct you on one thing there, there's a difference between MetaMask and the Binance Smart Chain. Okay. So MetaMask is basically a tool that you get for your browser. Okay, you download it from the Google Play Store.
Yeah.
And it allows you to interact with the Ether blockchain. But some developers out there have added a little bit of code that now also allow you to add it to the Binance Smart Chain. So you need to be really, really careful where you're sending your tokens to, and you understand the difference, because if you select it's an ERC20 token, but you send it to the Binance Smart Chain, you're going to lose it, and vice versa.
Okay, so we have to stick with the Binance Smart Chain.
For the particular DeFi that I showed you this evening, and for many other ones, yes, but there are similar products on the Ether chain as well. It's just they're much more expensive to use.
Much more. It's not 8 centimes or 10 centimes or 40 centimes. It's you can pay for a very small transaction. You can pay half of a lot of 40 euros, let's say.
Okay, so so we have so it's 50-50 in terms of equal to USD. Using the Binance Smart Chain thingamajiggy. So how does it work exactly? So you've got the two, and is it that the smart contract is buying and selling for you, or so like every time somebody buys the Cub?
So when you add your money to the liquidity pool, okay, you basically give the liquidity pool rights. So you give the smart contract rights that you'd give a banker when you lodge your money into the bank. So they go off and they lend it to other lending protocols, and they use it internally to allow people buy and sell. Okay,
like arbitrage kind of thing.
Liquidity there. Okay, and they charge a small fee on transactions on that particular liquidity pool. Okay. But they mint their own token called Cub, and that's what you get.
Okay,
Based on your portion of the liquidity pool. But then you get to take your liquidity pool money back whenever you want it back.
okay, so roughly every day, let's say for the one that we gave, for example, we roughly get 1% of our investment in Cub every day.
Yeah.
And then we can choose to put it back into the farm or sell it.
Or sell it.
Or effectively.
Yeah, so I sold some the other day. I know, Marco, you got stung with chain game like I did, yeah? And the price has been going down, and I was kind of trying to average cost my price back in. And I'd been swapping some Cub, a straight swap from Cub to chain game on the exchange that I showed you there.
I think it's a very good example of a bad strategy. So you should never react to the news. So you should wait for the corrections. Now that I have some more knowledge on the process, if it was today, I was waiting to see the market. I was tracing the lines, and I was then waiting for the correction. That happens all the time. There is benefit, there is value in the coin. The coin will be up. In fact, I bought already more because I believe in the project. I added some more to the pack, but it's a clear example. If you wait for the right moment, you have much more benefit. You see, if you trace the lines, you wait for the correction, you know that the coin goes up in the emotion and then will correct and comes down to the, normally it comes down to the fib 61.8. So almost all the coins do that. If you check coin by coin, you will see most of them coming back to the 61.8, correcting that point, and then you enter in the position. And that's what I'm talking about, the benefit of having some knowledge on analysis and don't react to the emotions.
Okay.
Yeah, not reacting to the emotions is can be difficult.
Well, you learn since you start to see that pattern charter after charter, you start to see. So next time you will lose one of two because there is that kind of jumps that they go in and never stop. That can happen, but in 10 you will see that in 8.
So Don, I think there's just thinking about what you're asking with the Binance Smart Chain stuff, because the fees are quite cheap. The best way to probably learn it, and it's what I did when I first started doing it, is just play with small amounts because it's low fee. Just test it out, test the water, and gradually get used to it, and then you can start putting bigger amounts in when you get more confident, or go into the Telegram group and potentially someone can go through it with you.
Okay,
that's the way you learn.
One last question about Cub. Is there somewhere that has charts on the value of Cub? Because that to me would be a big deciding factor. Because if you're getting return in Cub and Cub is going down, then it doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah, no, Cub hasn't been going down. There is a chart, but it's a really crappy chart. So just hold on for a second till I try and think. It's on Pancake Swap, isn't it?
You think in CoinGecko you have, no?
I don't think on CoinGecko.
He's there already, but it's 1 week. I think it's just 1 week of data there.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, they've only recently been added to CoinGecko. Hold on for a second. I'm just going to try and find this on Pancake Swap. I know I've seen a chart. No, I don't know how to find it. You know, I'll have to route something out there for you, and I'll send that on. I'll send that on to you, Don.
Thank you very much, Paula.
Another thing that I think we should talk about.
Sorry for a second, Marco. Just to finish answering Don there. I know when they launched Don, they had a little bit of a peak up to $7, and they dropped back down to $3, and now they've been trading between about $3.50 and $3.80 solidly for the last 2 weeks. Today they went up to about $4. So it's been fairly stable. They're only about 4 weeks old.
Ah, okay. Cub is only 4 weeks old.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Maybe I want to get in that really quickly.
That's
then.
why their returns are quite high at the moment, because there's only 20 million staked in their liquidity pools at the moment.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll do more. Add this to my big pile of things to research.
Okay, well, you know, I'm going to hop into the breakout room, and I am going to bring everybody back and just broadcast to them. Because we have to run our little contest. And I'm just checking the spreadsheet there, and I see people haven't been able to access it for some reason. Oh, there's people in it now. We'll see if people can get this complete.
Just as a last comment before we go on that, if we had a chance one of these days to speak about launchpads would be great, because I think there's launchpads where you.
Oh yes.
I think is massive. I gave the example the other day on the chat. I tried to get in on Occam, and basically 30 seconds after, everything was sold out, and then in 5 minutes you could profit 7 times, 7.8 times. It's impressive. It's impressive. I think there is a lot of value at this time in a bull market in launchpads. That is unbelievable.
There have been a few recently. I think Polkadex went today, didn't it? You had, because a couple of the Polkadot ones, you had Polkamons went the other week as well, and that went up massively. So, but it's trying to get in early. That's
you had one.
Get in early.
You had one the other day. I don't remember the name. You went in 5 minutes 250 times. 250 times. So if you put there 1,000 euros, it's impressive. It's impressive. And that numbers will correct, but never come down to that level. Well, in a short time.
But I think it's very difficult to get into those pools, guys.
If you have you need to be in a hold token. You need to hold tokens from a launchpad, and then you follow the rules they apply.
I know, but some of the rules are quite demanding, so it excludes.
No free money. No free money.
We have everybody back in now, Marco.
Yep.
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know what happened there. Did you put timer on that? We just yeah.
Yeah, did you see the timer going down?
No, I didn't see it. I just appeared in this room. Sorry for wrecking the conversation.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to end this evening now by looking at the NTFs and taking a little vote on them all. Sure. Now, I was just checking the spreadsheet there. Nobody else has entered them into the spreadsheet, but on saying that, there is 3 people actually in the spreadsheet at the moment. Vivian, are you entering something? Vivian?
No.
No? Okay.
Just checking.
Robert, are you entering anything or just checking?
I wish I was.
Okay, no problem. So that leaves you, Harley.
I got one made, but I'm having a hard time minting it.
If it's not minted, it's too late. It has to be minted.
All right.
Harley, how are you getting along there?
Yeah, I have my thing up. Do I just share the URL and just type it into the spreadsheet?
Type it into the spreadsheet there. Can everybody actually access that spreadsheet? Or do you know what? Is it easier for me to throw the links now into the chat?
Yeah.
I do request access.
Yeah, okay. I'll throw the links. Throw the link into the chat, Harley.
Okay.
Make sure it goes to everybody.
Okay.
And okay, so there's the first one. That is Simon's. I've just thrown it in there. So if everybody can have a look at Simon's. So Simon done his. Simon, do you want to tell us where you've done yours and how much it cost you? And has it sold yet?
No, I put it up for quite a high price, I realised.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's. I think I put it up. I did it on Bakery Swap, which is it is similar to Pancake Swaps. Going back to what we were saying about Cub earlier, fee wise, it cost me a total of about $7 to mint it and then list it. So it's really, really cheap to do, and it's really, really straightforward to do. But obviously, what you'll get for these in terms of selling it, it's not going to be. I'm not going to get 69 million like you get on Ethereum network. But it was
Harley,
a good.
that link. Sorry for a second. That link doesn't take us directly to
My
the actual.
profile.
I had that problem finding my link as well when I done one. Sorry,
Paul, a quick
Simon.
question. If I post something in like my collections on OpenSea, is that open to the public? Like that's where I stopped.
No, yes, but then you have to put it up for sale. Now, if you have one minted, feel free to share it. It doesn't matter if you haven't put it up for sale. But if you want all the public to see it, you have to then put it up for sale. That's not part of the criteria in this. So if you have one, share a link.
Is this this?
Okay, let me have a look and see.
Maybe.
It says that you have nothing in there. Oh, hold on. Maybe
Go
if I
to,
go
yeah,
into
if
your...
you go to NFT, I think. At the download.
No.
My internet's been super slow here as well.
It says that you have nothing in your profile. Is anybody else? I wonder, is that because I'm not connected to my wallet?
I see something in the profile. And that's where my NFT went too.
That's really odd.
Maybe this one.
Imagine what the DeFi competition is going to be like, huh?
It says you have no stores.
Yeah, there's like a drop down list at the side. It says stores my NFTs, my earnings, my orders, reviews, listings, history.
So when you go into your NFTs, can you select one of them? And then can you share the link for that one? Will that work?
I'll try. There's another one here. Sorry about this, guys. Should have done this before. That one will work.
Quite a big launch pad in the Bakery Swap. Simon, do you tend to use this?
Sorry, I missed that. Say that again.
There's on the launch pad on the menu in the Bakery Swap, quite a few items to be launched. Have you ever tried to participate in one?
No, I only came across Bakery Swap really when I was looking at the NFTs when we had the last conversation, because I was trying different platforms. So the main stuff is normally Pancake Swap's the one I'll use, but Bakery Swap seems very, very similar.
Yeah, I think they're all clones of each other, lack of a better word. Quite a lot of items in here.
Can you figure it out?
Can I also ask you something? You seem to be familiar with Binance. Have you tried their wallet, not the Trust wallet?
Is anybody able to access these Haley's token?
I'm having problems getting in myself. Can't seem to get in. It's just put me back to the home page when I go in. It's looking for usernames and passwords and stuff.
Is it listed, Holly? Because I don't know if
I'm not sure. Have I listed it?
The only NFT that I'm able to access is the one from Simon.
That's the only one I'm able to access as well. That's really odd. I wonder, is there anything wrong with the ETH blockchain due to that Berlin fork? I know there was problems.
I'm not sure. It says it's for sale here. It says sell, so maybe it's
Maybe they
not
can share the
listed.
screen, no? Paula?
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Right, let's do that.
Well, teach
Okay,
me, teach
Jeff,
me,
you
teach
get
me.
ready to share your screen too.
I can share my screen, no?
No, you haven't minted, Marco. I'm not
Okay,
letting you
okay.
cheat. Not a hope. No way.
Cheating,
Okay,
cheating.
Harley, you should be able to share. Jeff, if
Okay.
you have one, you can share, and Simon, you can share. And actually, you should all be able to share at the same time.
Right, teach me how to. Is there just like a option? for
No,
sharing
down the
screen?
bottom
Oh yes, I see it.
of
I see it.
Zoom, it has share screen.
Okay, got you.
There you go. You're
Right.
sharing.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's Jess's. That's sharing.
I'm gonna stop now.
Okay, that's bad.
That's amazing,
No,
dude.
start
Well
again.
done.
That was too
Very
quick,
nice.
Jeff. Quick in there.
Wait, you want to go back?
Yeah.
You like it, really?
There. We have to have a proper look.
Aw. I got embarrassed. So I was like, okay, here it is. Bye.
How much you selling it for,
It's
Jess?
fine.
I don't know how I don't know.
Big.
I was just gonna, I just keep it. I keep everything rounded at 100. So
Tell us
just
about
roll.
this.
Well,
Take us
make
through
it
it.
nice.
Bitcoin.
What's
Can
going
you
on?
explain? Can
Okay,
you explain
so
that?
so the story
Beautiful.
behind "Can You Hear the Song" is with DeFi coming up, decentralization fighting against centralized. I brought it back to unity, and when you look at the core of unity and you find love, you get into angelic, interdimensional beings, kind of spirits. And when you think of what's going on with this world, all the controlling, all the greed, it's nice to know that there's an angelic presence in this crazy space.
Wow, that's deep,
That's
man.
very
No.
deep.
Beautiful, dude.
And
Did you draw that?
No, it's it's a bit of, so I was going for a nature theme, so I kind of played with Photoshop. It looks like it's on wood. So I was just trying to keep, like, you're on digital, you got to think about the
Yeah,
world
keep it
still.
really natural.
Yeah, nice job, man. Nice concept.
No, very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay,
Simon,
Harley, do you want to
you
share
go on,
now?
my friend.
Beautiful.
All right.
You have already something in the pocket.
Okay, Harley, go first.
This is this. Am I doing it? Is it? Oh,
You're doing something.
is this it?
Just give it a sec. There we go. Okay, do you want to tell us about it?
Oh, you can't really see. I don't know how you can.
You should
see
be, if you
it.
click into it, you should be able to see it more. No wallet connected. That's why I can't get into it.
Oh.
Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Good eye.
I wonder if I download it. Will it let me? Oh no. Let's see.
Yeah, you got to get Meta Mask.
It's not really let me show the whole thing, which is a bit annoying. I could send the whole thing to the Telegram, but it was just, I don't know, it was just like a wee it's an app called Canva. And you sort of can just make like thumbnails and for YouTube or pictures for Instagram or whatever. So I just took a load of different pictures that they provided and just mushed them all together into like a weird collage, bit of an upside down flip reverse kind of.
Has it sold?
No flips. No, I think I put it
Not
up for
yet.
$1, I think. But yeah.
Very good.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
well done. Well
Simon.
done.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to get rid of this? Oh, stop.
Oh yeah, you have
sharing.
to stop sharing
Right,
now.
right,
Yeah.
go.
And Simon, do you want to throw yours up there as well?
Will
Even though
do.
we all seen yours last week or the week before.
All right, it's just loading up. Okay, I've actually got 3 on there, so it's the one. All right, so hopefully.
Oh wow.
Has that come up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. So I've got 3 on there, but it's this was the one I entered, which hopefully I can go into. Yeah. So this was just me taking a stroll down Bournemouth Pier, seeing a brilliant photo opportunity, and I used a bit of software. I think it was called Mosh It or something, but basically to glitch it. So a lot of the ones that I've done have been altered or glitched, but I just particularly like this one. And yeah, there's not really nothing deep to it, I'm afraid.
John is just asking there, can you tell them how much it cost you and that to mint it?
It was between $6 and $8 off the top of my head. So it was really, really cheap, and I think it was fairly easy to do. So when you just go to the NFT marketplace, if you've got your wallet connected, it's got an option for mint artworks. And when you go into that, it's as simple as this. You literally upload GIF, whatever you want to upload, put the details of it in a description, upload it there, and then mint it. And it's 0.01 BNB coin. So it's really cheap and easy to do, but I think the difficulty is when you list it, you'll be selling it in what do you sell it in? It's bake tokens. Now they're about $1.40 at the moment. As you can see, people have got theirs up for ridiculously high prices, but there's loads on there starting from about five bake each. So it's quite interesting to look through, but these are all on the Binance Smart Chain as well. So it's a lot cheaper, but you don't get the sort of I suppose exposure you'd get if you did it on Binance.
And I think then with the OpenSea one, it's free to mint, but as soon as you go to list it, it's going to cost you something.
$160 it was going to cost me when I was going to mint on OpenSea, hence not doing it and doing it on here.
Okay. Okay. And what about Jess? How much did it cost you to mint yours?
It didn't give me a price.
That's because you haven't put yours up for sale yet, so it was free to mint. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen for a second because Harley's just shared a picture of the one that she has entered. If I can find it now, where is it gone? Just for those that aren't in the Telegram group, the Telegram has just frozen. Okay, here it is here. Okay, that's Harley's one.
That's great. That's lovely.
If anybody wanted to see a fuller size image, I don't know what happened there. That just crashed out. My Telegram crashed out. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. And I am going to launch the poll. Launching poll. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
I think the good thing is that all of us will get a podium finish.
So that's just it, like, you know. So everybody place their votes. You'll have some deciders. And maybe there's people not actually active here. Okay, are we good to end?
No, you need to hit submit because I made that mistake. I just clicked it and I forgot to hit submit.
Okay, we're going to end the poll. Everybody, are you ready? On the count of 3, 2, 1, end poll. And we have a winner. In first place, we have Simon. In second place, we have Jess. And in third place, we have Harley. Well done to everybody for entering the contest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch base with all of you. I'm going to send you a DM on, I don't know, somewhere on Telegram, most likely. And we will swap wallet details. You give me some wallet details and I'm going to send you some stable coin for your efforts. So well done to everybody. So I think that is it for this week. And we will be back next week when we have the chat from the traders, and that should be really interesting for many of us here. So until next week, everybody, thank you very much.
Just a reminder, you touch on the point of changing wallets for the newbies that are on the room. Never, but never give the private keys to anyone or any place.
Only public keys.
Only public keys. So bear in mind with that.
Okay, everybody. Have a lovely evening. Have a great weekend.
Thanks
Great
so
to talk
much.
to you.
Wishing you
Take
happy
care, everyone.
profits next
All the
week.
best.
Thank you very much,
Bye-bye.
Paula.
Again.
Paula. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.